comes to the current, so we are on Python programming. So we are in Python programming. So we went for the introduction of the Python programming and creating the environment and how managing the environments in the Anaconda environment. And also we learn why we need to have Python and what are the keywords and identifiers in Python, and how can we use comments, indentation, and statements in the same Python programming language. Thereafter, we learned what are the variables and data types in Python, and thereafter we learn something. What are the standard input and outputs in Python, and how can we use and how can we format the output? And am I sharing my screen?
Sir, no, sir, no.
Okay, fine. Let me share my screen. Yeah, is it fine now? What are the standard inputs and outputs in Python? And what are the operators in Python? And also, I taught you something about the flow statements, which includes like if and else and loop statements, a while loop and for loop, and of course, break and continue. So how can we use break and continue uh, in the flow, the control flow? And also, I explained about the try and except, which is an exceptional statement. Now the whereas from now today's class onwards, we'll be going to cover the data structures in Python, okay, which includes something like list, tuple, sets, dictionary, and strings. And this week we'll be going to have these topics, and we'll be going to taught you what exactly the data structures in Python are. And before going to start about the data structures, could anyone please let me know what are the data structures? First of all, what is the data structure? What is a data structure? What is a data structure exactly? Any idea? So when it comes to data structure, so data structure is a collection of data elements. Of course, when I'm saying a collection of data elements, that that means we are having a some group of elements or whatever it may be that we are storing in some uh, device, some data structure. For example, data structure is a collection of data elements such as numbers or characters or even the even other data structures that is structured in some way. For example, by numbering the elements, the most basic data structure in Python is the sequence. So simply what this meaning exactly? Data structure is a collection of the data elements where we are storing our data elements in a format in a sequential manner most of the time. So that is what the data structure. For example, we are having uh, the data structures are some includes like list, tuple, string, set, and dictionary. These are some of our data structure types in Python. When it comes to today's topic, it is a list. When it comes to today's topic, so it would be the list, and so I told you already what is list exactly. Anyone could you please recall what is a list in a simple line? What is a list?
Group of elements.
Pardon?
Group of elements.
It is somewhat, but not exactly. So you, for example, tuple is also a group of elements. Okay. So dictionary is also group of elements. List is also group of elements. What differentiate the list is exactly?
It is mutable.
It can
Yeah, we
contain good due
is simple. So as you told is right somewhat. So in simple words, list is the The very first one, list is one of the sequence data structure. So why I'm saying sequence means it follows an ordered. So list is an order collection of items, okay, which are separated by a comma and which are enclosed by the square brackets. Okay, this is a simple list. List is a ordered collection of items which are separated by comma and which are enclosed by string. Sorry, which are enclosed by square brackets. So those are the list. And one more thing. So when I'm saying a ordered sequence of elements in a enclosed bracket, so why I'm mentioning order? So this data structures won't maintain any order. So why I'm saying a ordered sequence of items. So why I'm mentioning order means when it comes to set, okay, for each and every run, so the order will be differentiate, but it won't happens in the list and tuple. That is the one thing. And each item in list is separated by comma, as I told you mentioned already. Lists are mutable, which means they can be changed. Of course, Durga Prasad, you told that lists are mutable. And why lists are mutable? Any example? Speak up, then only everyone will go list.
Because the elements in list can be changed.
Exactly. Because the elements in the list can be changed. That is the reason the lists are mutable. Now we'll go step by step. So before that, just I want to repeat what exactly a list is. List is the course, list is one of the sequence data structure. It follows in a sequence. Nothing but list is in a ordered collection of items. The items which include something like string, integers, and float, and even other things. And list the collection of items in the list are enclosed in a square bracket, and each item in the list has assigned some index value that would be starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as per the length of elements in the list. And of course the items in the list which are separated by a comma, and the finally and the most important, list are mutable, which means the elements in the list can be changed or altered. And finally list creation. So if you see here, if you see here, these are, so no elements here, and you can see that no elements here, and this is empty list. Okay, so here there was no elements are defined, and that is the reason I am saying it. So there are no elements are defined here. Okay, and this is the empty list. Of course, the empty list is nothing but is my variable, so which is having an empty list. That is one of the example. And second one is the LST. Of course, LST is my variable which are having a list of values, a list of strings. The strings are 1, 2, 3, 4, and here the we have a list of strings. Similarly, the list may have the integers, and of course, as I told you that where I in the elements in the list would be any data type. It would be a string or integer or float or whatever it may be. Okay, and moreover, we can have multiple data types in yes, we can have multiple data type elements in a list. If you see here, here we are having the int, string, integer, and float. We are having the list of different data types. Okay, the list can have the multiple data types. And one more thing, fine, of course, the list can have the combination of data type elements. And One more thing here, if you see LST3, so here we are having the list of list. The list may have sublist in it. The list may have multiple lists in it. Okay, so these are some of the, what to say, creation of the elements. If you run this, so it will be going to print the list 4. The list 4 is a variable which is having the list of elements with the different data types. And if you print the lst4, so variable, it will be printing the 1, Ramu, 24 and 1.24. 1 is an integer. Ramu is what exactly? The data type.
String.
What is the string? 24 is the integer and 1.24 is the float. Okay. And from this, I want to say that the list, so we'll be having the multiple elements in the list, and the list will be having the different data type elements. And one more thing, the list having the sublist in it. Okay, so this is what exactly. Where are in the list having the multiple methods, okay, multiple functions or methods, whatever it may be. The very first one is, for example, here I'm having the variable call list. Here I'm having the variable call list, and the variable list having the multiple elements. Okay, multiple, of course, the string elements in the list. One is 1, 2, 3, 4. If I want to find out the length of elements in the list, then I'll be using the operand called length, len, so that it will print the number of elements in the list. That is print of len length lst. If you do this operation, it will be printing the number of elements, that is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, this is one of the operation where in the list we have. And one more thing, of course, we can of the irrespective of the data type in the irrespective of the data type elements in the list, we can get the length of the elements in the list. Okay, so similarly, I'll be doing lst1 equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma string comma 2.4 and print of lst2. How many means what would be the length of the lst2? lst1? What would be the length of the lst1 now? If I print
5.
5 exactly. So similarly, what I was trying to explain, irrespective of the data type elements in the list, so we can get the, if you use the length operator, so length method, so we can get the number of elements. The second one, the append. So as we have length is one of the operation, we to have the append function. By using the append function, so what I was trying to do, for example, here I am the list, lst is a variable having the list of elements like the 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to append one more. I want to append one more element to the list. Okay, I want to add one more item to the list. So at the time I will be using the append function. Okay, by using the append, I can add the elements in the existing list. So if I print this, I will be going to get. So if I print this, I will be going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, and by using the append, I was adding the 5 element, so that after 4, the 5 has been added. Okay. So this is how we'll be using the append operation. Append is nothing but, so by using the append operator, we can add the element. We can add the element in the existing list last simply. So this is the append operator. So that is what I was trying to say. And one more function, list dot insert. Okay, so this is the list is my variable. I'm adding, of course, by using the append operator, I'm adding the 5 element in the existing list. So that is what an append operator, so append function or method in the list. And list insert. List insert nothing but the syntax would for the list insert be lst is a variable, and I'm inserting, okay, at which index what what value to be, what element to be inserted in the existing list. Simply see here. Here I am the lst is my variable that is equal to the elements in the list would be 1, 2, 4. Now, now I'm trying to insert the one more element in the list, that is 3. But what is the, if of course I was trying to add the list of I was trying to add the one more element 3 in the my existing list. So in that scenario, what is the difference between the append and list? The append and list both are doing the same thing. Then what is the difference? What is the difference between the append and list function? Sorry, insert function. The both append and insert are doing the same thing, like adding the elements to the existing list.
We can insert in any index, like specific index with
E-
insert.
Exactly. So when comes to the insert, so of course by using the append, we are adding an element in the last to the current list, to the existing list. Okay, but when comes to insert function, so here we are asking, see here, if you see the insert syntax, list is my variable name, dot insert is my function, x would be the location. Okay, x would be the location, and y would be the element. So here I am giving the 2 as my location. You can say the index. So 3 is the element. Where in the list of index 2, you need to insert the value of 3. 0, 1, 2. Where in the index 2, at the list index 2, the 3 has been inserted. The 3 element has been inserted. And similarly, you can do one more thing. lst dot insert 0, comma. So now what would be the output exactly if I run this line of code? Please speak up, Durga Prasad. Now if I run this line of code, or if I run this cell, what is the output?
San 124, sir.
Super, exactly. I think you got it. So the difference between the append and insert is that, so we're in the append, so we'll be adding the element in the last, the current list. But when it comes to insert, by may we'll be having a specific location, where in the specific location only we'll be adding the or given element. So that is the difference between the append and insert. And list remove function. One more thing. Here the syntax would be lst.remove of x. This is a simple syntax. Here say lst is my a variable having the list of elements 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2. Okay. Now I want to remove. Okay. Now I want to remove 2 value from my list. Okay. 2 element from my list. So for that reason, if I want to remove the any element from my list, I will be using the remove operation. By remove operation, what I will be doing, I will be removing the 2. But the problem in the remove is it will remove first occurrence of in the given list. So that what it will remove this one, and what it will be going to be, what will be going to get output 1, 3, 4, 2. This is the remove function. So remove function will remove the specified element given in a function. So it will remove the specified element given in a function. But the challenge is that by using remove, we are able to remove the first element of the given element. If you're having the duplicate elements, so which element will it be going to choose means it will be going to choose the first occurrence in the given list. So that is what remove, nothing but it removes the specified word or the value given in the list. List append and extend. So just I want to know, just recall me what is an append. Just recall me what is an append.
Adding elements.
Adding elements.
So of course, yes, adding elements, and also we can add a list also. Okay, if you see here, I'm having the lst one list variable having 1, 2, 3, 4, and lst2 equal to 5, 6. For example, if I do lst.append and lst2, what would be my list? So I'm appending the lst2 to my lst. So if I print lst, what is my output? So what would be my list here? What would my output here? What is the output of the lst? If I append this lst to my lst, just speak up and say something. So it's not okay. Fine. So we'll go. And if I do the append, okay, list to append. So if I do this, what happened? It will completely append this list to the given list, but showing how I was able to see this one. I was seeing this as a this sublist was in the main list. Okay, just you are adding this last in the main list. That is what you are doing. So this is what append is doing. Okay, what append is doing? The append is, so by using append operation, we are able to add the given variable, okay, in the last of the list. So that is what we are doing. So if you print, I will be getting 1, 2, 3, 4. These are my list where means LST list elements 1, 2, 3, 4, and I was trying to append LST2. So it is completely appending to the existing list 5 and 6. It's making simply a sub list in the main list. That is the append. So what is the extend? So by using the extend function, what I can say that, so instead of adding in the format of sublist, simply I was extending it to the main list. So it means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I think now you got the difference between append and extend. Yeah, team, please let me know. You got the difference between the append and extend.
Got it, sir.
So what is the difference? What is the difference between append and extend then?
In append, the sublist will be appeared, but in extend, the sublist will not be appeared.
So it is not, of course, it is correct, but it is not the way of saying. Whereas in append, so we are directly appending the variable, directly appending my variable into the list. It may be a list or set or whatever it may be, tuple or whatever it may be, irrespective of the data structure. Simply I was appending or adding my variable to the existing list or the current list. But when it comes to extend function, what I'm doing with an extend function, by using an extend function, I am, instead of adding directly a variable, I'll be continuously, or by using the extend operation, I'm making a continuous flow. Okay, so I'm extracting the list elements from the list and continuously generating the elements from the elements to the current list. So that is the difference between the append and extend. Simply extend means extending the elements. LS dot extend LS means I'm extending the LS2 elements in the LST. Simple. Okay, and you may just will see instead of list. See here, instead of the data, what I directly I'm appending the variable. Okay, that is, if you say here simply with respect to the data structure, sorry, respect to the data type, the elements be either appended or extended. Okay, why? Because so where in the list we may have different data type elements. And one more thing is delete. One more method in the list is a delete. So we are having the, of course, let's take my LST. This is my variable having the list of elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I use the function del, and this is my LST, this is my variable, and this is my index of 1. It means list within an index of 1. What I was trying to do here, I was trying to delete the first index of the elements in the list. Okay, at 0, 1. Okay, if you print only the 1, 3, 4, 5, 1, 3, 4, 5, 2 has been deleted. Okay, so now just tell me what is the difference between delete and remove. What is the difference between delete and remove? Remove also doing the same thing. Remove also, if you give any element, it was removing the element from the list. Then what is the difference between the delete and remove? So when comes to remove is the operation. For example, if you give some lst dot, of course, the lst is a variable name. list or remove of the given some string name of 3. So irrespective of the position, simply it will remove the element 3 from the list of the first occurrence. It will be removing the first occurrence in a list. Okay, na? But whereas by using the delete function, I was trying to specifically, I was trying to remove the specific item based upon the index position. Based on index position, I was trying to delete the respective element from my list. That is the difference between delete and remove. So when it comes to remove, irrespective of the position, so wherever the element present in the list in the very first occurrence, it will remove, it will delete the element from the list. That is remove. What exactly? When it comes to delete, based upon the specific index position, we are removing the specific element from the our list. That is what the delete exactly. And we to have one more called pop. Okay, if I do list pop of 1, we'll see what it will do. If you use pop operation, let's take, so whereas by using the delete operation, so with respect to index position, we are removing that element from the list. But if I use pop of 1, okay, it will be going to give me the index position value. Here my 0, 1, and it will be going to give me the my index position value, that is 2. Okay, so that is the difference between delete and pop. So by using delete, we are able to specifically mention the index value and deleting the respective element from the list. But when it comes to pop operation, so based upon the index position value, I'll be going to print only the respective index position value. So here I was giving the index of 1, so 0 and 1, and it will be going to give my index position value, that is 2 element. Okay, na? This is pop operation. See here, and here I was one more time mention the remove and LST 1 2 3 4, and you give the 3 here once again. So irrespective of the position, means here we are not going for any index value, but based upon the given element. So I was checking where the 3 element was there exactly, whereas 3 position was mentioned the 2 times. But as per the condition, I'll be going to remove the first occurrence so that there will be no this element in the output. 1 2 4 3. Okay, so this is the difference between the remove, delete, and also the pop. And by using the pop, so I was trying to extract the given index position value. List related keywords in Python. List related keywords in Python. Whereas we too have the keywords in Python which are like in and not in. Okay, which are in and not in. If you remember, we did discuss this operation previously. Did you remember this? In and not in? So here LST is my variable. Here my LST is my variable having the elements of list 1, 2, 3, 4. And I am checking by using if condition. I am checking if two element in list, if two element in list print AI. So if I run this condition, what the output will I get? If I run this line of code, so as two element was already there in the list, so it will obviously going to execute the block of code in the given condition. The block of code in the given condition if is print of AI. So I was trying to execute this print of AI block of code, and it will be going to give me the output as AI simply. Similarly, I was making one more condition. If 6 not in list, print ML. As the 6 variable is not there in the LST variable, so not in, as a condition is true, as this condition is true, I was able to, I was I was going for the executing the block of code under the if condition, that is ML. So ML. Okay. So this is how we are using the keywords, okay, which are related to list in Python programming. Similarly, by using reverse method, so what here my list is having the variables of 1 2 3 4, and here I was trying to reverse the elements in the list. So in order to do this type of thing, I was using the reverse operation, and if I print the LST, so it will be giving the reverse of elements as my output, that is 4 3 2 1. Okay. And sorting. So for example, in like we to have a sorting program, like sorting a list of, okay, sorting a list of elements in list, okay, and reversing the list of elements in list. So we can write by using simple Python function, but it will take so much time for running, for what to say, writing the script. It may having some lines of code, and of so, but in Python we are having certain functions. By using certain functions directly, we can execute the respective condition. Okay. Similarly, the easiest way to sort a list is within the sorted function. Okay. Simple, we are a sorted function. By in the sorted function, we are sorting the elements in the list. That takes a list and returns a new list with those elements in a sorted order. The original list is not changed. The sorted optional argument reverse equal true. Example, sorted list reverse equal true makes it sort backwards. See here, here I am having the numbers is my variable, is having the list of elements like 3 1 6 2 8. If I use a sorted function, it will be going to reassign. It will be going to reassign all the elements of the list in a sorted function, that is one, that is 1 2 3 6 8. So these all are in a sorted order from lower to higher. And if I want to go for the, and see here, whereas my sorted list having the this, yeah, the sorted list, the variable having the all the elements of list in a sequential manner or the sorted manner, but the original variable, that is numbers, is not going to be changed. It will be like that only. Okay. So this is what I was trying to explain. If I print the print statement, see here, the sorted list should be the 1 2 3 6 8. course, sorted list is my variable. I was trying to print a sorted list is a variable, and we're printing 1, 2, 3, 6, 8. But the original list is the original variable, that is numbers, is same. There will be no disturbance. And print a list in reverse sorted order. So print reverse sorted list sorted numbers comma reverse equal true 86321. See here. So here we are having the 1, 2, 3, 6, 8 in a sequential manner, but here I was trying to make the sorted values into a reverse so that it will be printing from 86321 from higher to lower value. Okay, so the originals, of course, we are not doing any operation on original directly, so that is the reason the original is same as it is. And here I am having the list of elements 125 5 4.2, and if I sort the list, okay, if I sort the list, what would be the arrangement order? Please let me know. Team, please let me know. So speak up so that we may go for next one by one. Come on fast, please. Make it fast. So what would be the output if we use sort function? Sanjana or Durga Prasad, please go on.
1 4.2 5 5 20, sir.
Okay. And just to have, previously we are using the sorted function. Now I am using the sort function. So can you please tell me what would be the difference if I use sorted and sort? Guess something. Whatever you know, just let me know. So in simple words, when I am using a sorted, okay, when I'm using a sorted, so obviously this sorted, the values, okay, will be going to stored in some other variable, that is sorted list. But if you use sort, if you use sort, the list itself will be going to change completely. So if I use lst.sort, the complete list will be going to be reassigned in a sequential manner or the sorted manner, but itself sort the list and stored in itself. The list itself will be going to be changed completely. Okay, here if you print LST, you'll be getting the 1 4.2 5 520, but there will be no, you won't get this simple words. Means for the sort, if you go for the sorted function, obviously you'll be, in order to get the sorted numbers in a list, obviously you need to assign this complete line of code to one variable so that the variable having the sorted list. But if you use the sort function, the list itself completely rearranged. Okay, this is the difference between the sort and sorted. And one more thing here, here I was trying to sort this function. So here I was trying to uh, make all in a order, but the challenge here is this list having the multiple data types of string and int. So that obviously we know that sort list with element of different data types, if you print that, so it will give the error. Why error? Simple words. So these are not data type of integers and float. This is a string data type. So as string data type won't allow in the sort function. Okay. And the list having multiple references, and the list equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5, and abc equal to lst. So this lst, of course, this lst variable is I'm assigning to abc. The abc is having now 1 2 3 4 5, and if I append abc dot append of 6, obviously now I'll be going to get the output of nothing but 1 2 3 4 5 6. So why? Because list having the multiple references, that is the reason, nothing more than that. Simply in the very first scenario, whereas the lst variable having the elements of 1 2 3 4 5, and of course I'm taking one more variable. I'm taking one more variable of abc equal to lst. I'm trying to append abc dot append of 6. Now the complete of because of the multiple references. So if I print the original list of LST, so after append operation, the 6 is adding lost in a list, so that finally it will be going to, if I print the original list, so finally it will be going to print the 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 minute. What are that still? So, and string split to create a list. So yes, we are having a one more function called split. So by using the split, let's take s is my variable, uh, is having some value, that is the string. The string is having 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5, and so what I was trying to do, so s comma split, and I here I am giving one uh, method something. So based upon the comma in the string, it will separate this string into a list, that is 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, splitting the, of course, I'm converting a string to a list based upon the split condition. Here my split condition is a comma. Based upon the comma, I'll be separating my string into a list. Okay, and if you see, this is applied AI course, so something like that. So, and if I if I by default, if you won't give any condition, by default, based upon the space between the words, it will split the string into words. That is, this is a course. And one more thing, list indexing. Of course, I think you understand about the split. Do I need to explain something more?
Sir,
Could you please
understood.
confirm? Yeah.
Understood.
So yeah, this is how the split condition will work out. And one more thing is the list indexing. When comes to list indexing, each item in the list has an assigned index value starting from 0. So if you remember that from the starting onwards, I was saying that whatever the list would be, the starting position starts from 0 1 2 3 4 5. If you come from the reverse, we'll be having -1 -2 -3 -4. So this is my list variable, and here I was trying to extract the index 1 position. Here my 0 and 1, so that the 2 will be going to printed as per our scenario, print of list of index 1. If you go to -2, -1 -2, this is -1, this is -2, so that the 3 will be going to printed. So print last element using the negative index, and of course, if you're going for the -1 means negative index means it will be going to start from the last. Okay, so if you make generally list will be start the index starts from 0 1 2 3 in starting from the uh, from forward position. When it comes to backward position, it starts from -1, -2, -3, -4 in such a way that as accessing the elements in a list is called indexing. Okay, yeah, that is what we are doing now. Based upon the index value, I'm accessing the elements in the list. So here index of 1 nothing but 2. That is how I'm uh, accessing the respective elements. Okay, so list slicing. For example, this is my numbers having the list of elements 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Okay, and here I want to slice. I want to make the list into 2 or 3 or 4 sublist. Okay, and if I want to slice the list, and that is in that type of course, accessing part of segments is called slicing. Okay, so if I want a specific portion of the list for that reason, at that time reason, will be going for the slicing. The key point to remember is that hyphen n's value represents the first value that is not selected as the slice. See here, here simply I was giving the hyphen. Okay, here I haven't written any value. The starting and ending I haven't written any value. So that obviously it will be going to give all the elements in the list. There is no sliding will be happening here. Why? Because we are not mention any starting or ending index position. But if you see here, I was mentioning position of 0 here, and the last I was mentioning position of 4, so that from 0 to 4, okay, what are the elements there in the list? It will be going to be printed. That is 0, 1, 2, 3. As we know that in Python, if we are having the 4 means it would be n minus 1. 4 minus 1 would be 3. So that 0, 1, 2, 3, 10. This is what exactly printed 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay. So this is how I am going to slice the list. And so one more thing here, numbers having the list of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and print alternate elements in a list. So if I want to print the alternative list, that is 10, 30, 50, 70, something like that. So if I use the print numbers, okay, here my hyphen 2, it's saying that, so make a alternative elements, go by step in that scenario we'll be using 2. And if I print this line of code, so if I print this is my actual numbers, uh, actual variable having the list of elements 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. And after that I'll be using one more print statement, numbers of index hyphen 2. It says that it will be going to print the alternative elements in the list, that is 10, 30, 50, 70. Okay, and similarly print element starts from 0 through rest of the list. So 2 hyphen 2, nothing but how many elements I'm skipping here? 2 elements. In the starting, for this element, I'll be starting from 0, but for this element, the print element starts from 0 through rest of the list. So now the 30 means 1 0 1. There are two index values. Two index values. So I was initially here the index has been started from the 0, but now here I was making the 0 1 2. So 2 as the index. The 0 1 has been skipped and it starts from the next onwards, that is 30 50 and 70. So this is what exactly the uh, slicing, and you can practice in such a way that you can do multiple scenarios, that how can we enhance the slicing operation. Here I am doing two hyphen and two double hyphen two. For example, if I give 3, what would be the list here, the output list here? Instead of 2, I given the 3. Now what it will be going to print exactly?
40,
And 40 and
60, 80.
exactly. That is what exactly happening. So these are how we'll be going to do the slicing operation. Okay. So yeah, when in tomorrow class we'll discuss the rest of the functions or methods in the list. And yes, any questions? Please let me know.
For assignment notes and
Okay, fine. Let me stop recording.